just really quickly, if you do end up enjoying this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It will help you to see when I make more content like this. Enjoy. So in today's video, I'm going to be comparing the three mythic families, although Shiki is technically a secret, but doesn't matter. Families that are currently in Attack on Titan Revolution, and we are comparing them during the update 3 times, because Shiki is getting changed at update 4, but I want to see where it stands pre-update 4. I'm gonna be ranking them in 3 categories. How fun they are to use, and also I'm counting in that how fun they are to use over and over again, how replayable they are, and how generally cool you use, or how good it feels to use them, and how much you like using them over and over again. Those will all be the factors. The second thing will be the strength. Strength will be looked at through their strongest build, so how strong they are at their best. And then obviously the third factor will be how easy they are to get, so how easily can you get your hands on them. So yeah, let's just get into the first family. And where better to start than most people's probably first mythic family, which will be Fritz. Stat-wise, it gives you 20% shifter stats, 15% crit chance and damage, 10% damage in raids, 10% gem gain, 10% totem damage, 10% cooldown reduction, 10% awakening bar gain, and 10% gold and XP for all party members. It also gives you an extra defense and support perk, but we're gonna get into it. The most important part about Fritz would be getting any unique family skill. So for now, only the Berserk and Crimson Bloom. But that also means that Fritz is about as strong as the strongest Titan at the time. And considering the strongest Titan right now would be a female Titan, that makes Fritz really good, because female Titan is broken currently, especially with like the weird gambler. I'm getting ahead of myself. Skill wise, we get first of all the Founder's Vengeance. It's just a revive. On verge of death, harness the power of the pets to rebuild your body, granting you damage immunity for 30 seconds. Restores resources, which means you get back your Thunder Spears, you get back your uh, gas. I'm not sure. Do you get back your like healing items like bandages or not? Not too sure. Then the next one is probably the best skill on Fritz, which would be Chaos. You basically kill the 10 titan, up to 9 titans in the nearby area. You give some awakening bar to your allies, and you get plus 10% awakening bar yourself. And then Founder's Order. I also think Founder's Order is activated when you're in your Titan form. When you scream, you unleash a roar that echoes through the pads, empowering all allied subjects of Ymir stats by 15% for 20 seconds, and recovering 50% of the health over 2 seconds. So some pretty good skills there. Strength-wise, the only real way we can look into it is through the lens of the female Titan, because it's so much ahead of everything else when we're looking at raids. When we are looking at missions, it's still the best, because you gain extra gold, extra XP, and extra gems, and it uses Armor Titan, which is like such a perfect Titan for missions. So, yeah, fun-wise, it does get quite stale quite fast, because you just click with a female Titan a lot in raids, and also just spam Earthbreaker with Armor Titan, so it can get quite stale. You can play Attack Titan from time to time, but I don't feel that fixes the issue enough of it being more boring than Thunder Spears or ODM. And then obtainability, it's the cheapest one. Currently, it's super cheap, like 4 weeks could probably get you Fritz quite easily. So if I had to rank it, I have to put its strength as high as at 10, because you can do oddball female raids insanely fast. You can do really good attack raids, a bit slow on armored raids, really RNG dependent on how much the Titan charges or roars. But really, it has to be the 10, because nothing else can do oddball female or attack raids quite as fast as it does. Fun-wise, I would have to put it at like 6, because it does get quite stale, quite fast. But you can't say it's boring. Like first time you do a raid that fast, especially if you haven't had a mythic family before, it's really a really fun experience. And then obtainability, I will have to put it at 7 out of 10, because it's really not that hard to get anymore. Now let's get into the Helos, the Fritz's, well, the main rival, really. You get extra offense and support perk. You get 30% ODM damage, 20% damage in raids, 20% cringes and damage, 50% ODM stats, control, gas, range, speed, 15% blast radius, 10% cooldown reduction, and one more boost. But you cannot shift, which doesn't matter. Let's first. These stats are better than Fritz's stats, simply for the fact that you can't shift and you don't get the other family. So in pure stats, this is probably the best family, undisputed. But obviously the stats aren't the only thing that matters. Let's first get into Helos' abilities. First would be Undying Hero, which, like, every time you hit a Titan or a boss, you gain a little bit of your bar, and the more filled up the bar is, the more damage you do. And once the bar is filled up completely, attacks will cause mini explosions. Uh, yeah, that's really that to Undying Hero to fight, kind of simple fight. You have it on the screen, you can read it out. Then we have Order Revolution. It's almost the best buffing ability in the game. It heals you, it heals your injuries, and it gives you 50% basically to all your stats. So that's great. And it lasts for 30 seconds, which is decently long, not too long, but decently. Next up, we have Kingslayer. You just throw a spear at the ground and kill up to 10 titans. Really cool ability, really good for like crowd control in raids. And yeah, and then Avengers Execution. Let's good for crowd control. You dash in front of you, killing up to 7 titans. It does more damage than Kingslayer, so it's better for killing bosses. Um, yeah, Helos. Helos is just as good at Thunder Spears as in ODM. It's just easier to be good at Thunder Spears than ODM. So strength-wise, now it has. If you are completely alone, I'd have to admit that Fritz is stronger if you're playing alone. But also, uh, Oddball is so inefficient to play with Helos. If you're grinding efficiently, you have to play no Oddball. But also, you can play Glass Cannon, which is more risky, but can cover up the lack of Oddball. But that's obviously risks dying and losing your streak. And if you care, for example, that you really can't do that. I mean, you can, it's just not recommended. So, but the true strength of Helos is in teams, because when multiple teams can use multiple skills to get through Titan phases like nothing, that's where Helos shines. And when you have a team of Heloses, Fritz can't compete. For example, if you have two female Titan Fritzes, they're about as fast as they would be if they were solo, because they need to stack up Crimson Blood. And while Helos allows you to climb leaderboard, you just can't do leaderboard with Fritz. So strength-wise, I would have to give Helos also a 10. Fun-wise, I have to give it a 10 because it gives you access to so many things to do. You get to do raids with ODM or Thunder Spears. You get to play stall with ODM. I mean, you get to play that anyways, but not to the level that Helos allows you. You get to practice your ODM to its maximum capacity. It's mostly ODM where all the fun is, if I'm being real. You can still do any guards, not as efficiently as with Armor Titan, and you don't get the boosts you otherwise get, but it is the it is extremely fun. But obtainability, I have to give it uh 5 out of 10 because it's not that much harder to get the Fritz, almost twice as hard, but not that much harder. But otherwise, yeah, if you once get it, it's really a 10 out of 10. It's like wondering, it can do it all even without shifting. And now let's get into the currently the weakest one, but it's obviously getting changed. Shiki. You get extra body perk slot, 10% shifter stats, 7.5% luck boost, and then everything else same as Ackerman, but also you get to shift. And I don't know if Ackerman gets 2x boost dash, I'm genuinely not sure. But you also get some other skills. You get Swift Strike, it just kills up to 5 nearby titans. You get Let It Rip, which you kind of just go Beyblade mode and kill the titans in the line. I think there's a limit, I'm not sure what the limit is. And then you have Raid mode, which increases all your ODM stats, it increases your max health, increases your regen, and it resets your skill cooldown. You have to fill it up the same way you would fill up a shifter bar. Hello, me from editing here. Forgot that Shiki has different skills, just as Ackerman on Thunder Spears. There is Thunder Barrage that throws for spears in like a square, and it doesn't really kill the titans in the center that often, but it kills titans around it. So it's a good cleaning, but I still prefer Hellfire Barrage to it. And then Lightning Bolt, you just throw one really strong spear. It's good for boss fights. So it's basically Ackerman, but you get more luck and get extra body perk instead of offense that you're gonna use as offense perk anyways. Problem with Shiki is that you're gonna play it like an Ackerman anyways. It can shift, which is cool, but you won't, because you don't get family skills. And Armor Titan, although good for missions, it's not good for raids. It's so much worse than every other Titan for raids, and it's the best Titan for Shiki. It just makes Shiki downright unreasonable to use if you have the other two, assuming you're going for assuming you're going for my brain stopped. Assuming you're going for most efficient way. Now, if you want to use it as it's mostly a trophy. If you want to use it as a replacement, so you don't hold Ackerman, instead you use a Shiki, that's really cool. But strength-wise, I have to put Shiki at 6, because it's about as strong as Ackerman. Maybe even a 7. No, 6, because it doesn't have some abilities. It doesn't have some flexibility in other raids and missions that Helos and Fritz would have. Fun-wise, I mean, it's fun. I can also give it, I guess, a 6. It's fun for using Thunder Spheres. Even fun-wise, yeah, 6 would be nice. It maybe 7, no 7, because oh my god, I did a 6-7 kill me. 7, because you also get to shift and have fun with Thunder Spears. So assuming you only have it, you would have more fun if you were just Ackerman. So let's say it's 7 in fun, and then obtainability 1. It's so difficult to get, and it's so not worth getting. but it's a trophy to have in your inventory more than anything. So the final score is Helos taking the first place with 25 points, uh, Fritz taking second place with 23 points, and then Shiki at last and the first third place with 14 points. Yeah, I let me know if you disagree with my ranking. That would be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you in the next one. Like, share, subscribe if you liked it. And see you.